Swedish Paddle Sports Convention is this weekend, and I'm going. I get to learn all kinds of new stuff and report back to you. So, let's go find out what there is to learn. I'm back from the convention now, actually about a week or two ago, and I want to share 3 key takeaways that I got from the convention. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the convention even is, and finally at the end, I'm going to show you how I won this silly little golden paddle for the best safety video. And yes, that is a wooden spoon painted gold. So what the heck is Kanot Convent? Why do you care? Well, there is an organization in Sweden called Kanotförbundet. They are the organization for all of paddle sports in Sweden, and they're the ones promoting it and trying to grow the sport. And all the clubs and teams in Sweden are largely, not all of them, but many of them are connected to this organization. Every year they host this convention where they get all the clubs and teams together and they talk about whatever it is that year. This is my first time going, so I don't know a lot about the past conventions. The convention has 3 main tracks. The first one is Förening, or organizations, so dealing with the organizations of clubs or teams, all the board and any things that those parts of a group would deal with. The second was a motion training section for basically paddle sports, the competitive paddle sports, so teams, K4 racing, stuff like that. And the third was Frilufts, or recreational paddling. That's the group that I was a part of, and that's where I learned things this time. So, what are the takeaways? Let's find out. So first off, I want to say there's a lot more to this, and I can link to the Förbundet website or even a blog post that my own club has done in the comments below, or in the description below if you want to read more about it. But here's 3 key takeaways that I felt were important from this weekend. Number 1, an issue that the Förbundet has identified is that as you go higher up in the ranks of paddle passes or trainers or organizations, what tends to happen is the paddle sports, although being relatively equal in gender at lower levels, skews very heavily male the higher up the hierarchy you go. And so this is something that the Förbundet would like to address and get more women involved in. And so they held a workshop with the Frilufts group in order to determine what ways that they could get women more involved at higher level. The takeaway from this was simple. Ask the women to be involved. Just ask them. And they're more likely to say yes. They're more likely to do it if you ask them. Number 2, incorporating people with disabilities. This is something that I know that my own club has been thinking about for a while, is how can we incorporate people with disabilities? But right now we don't have any people with disabilities. So the first part to this one is just like with the previous point, invite the people with disabilities, find your local disability organizations and invite those people to come out and try your paddle sport. But don't be afraid to say no, you can't accommodate them in certain regards. Your clubhouse has no wheelchair ramp, so people with wheelchairs can't get in. Be okay with that. Say, no, I'm sorry, we can't get you into the clubhouse right now. We can get you into the kayak. The clubhouse, for the moment, is inaccessible. Things like that. Don't be afraid to say, we're sorry, we can't accommodate you. Don't worry about trying to rush and panic and accommodate them in every way. And then once you've got these people involved, they will tell you what they need, and then you can start applying your club funds or your team funds to ensuring that they have access to the things they need. And that way you're doing specifically what these people need and not what you think they need. In addition, what you'll also find is if you make one change for a person with disabilities, it will positively impact any number of other people. In a specific example the presenter provided, well, she said they provided a hand railing to go upstairs for the person in the wheelchair who had limited ability to walk with assistance, and a handrail was an easy way to help this person get up and down stairs. And they found that the elderly people in the club suddenly were a lot more comfortable doing those stairs because they were no longer worried about falling down those stairs. She gave tons of other excellent examples, but that's just one that I wanted to mention. Number 3, the one is trying to work with all kinds of municipalities and with the clubs around Sweden with the intent of creating truly incredible new solutions for storing club supplies or being able to rent out supplies that clubs might need. And not just paddle sports, other outdoor activities as well. But you can build a facility where you can store your club's kayak. Maybe the facility can rent out dry suits or wetsuits in the climates where it's necessary. Be able to store skis for a skiing club or skates for a long distance skating club, stuff like that. And so that's the third takeaway is let's work with the to build these incredible facilities. They have provided a whole large book with all kinds of incredible real world examples that have been built in other places, such as this one in Denmark that has a cafe and multiple storage units and a dock that is highly accessible, including a sauna even, and it's connected to a more traditional sports facility nearby which maintains it and also is public access so people can go there anytime they want. And finally, let's talk about this again. One of our workshops was to come up with the best 30-second video that we could make on safety, and then the group got to vote on the favorite video. So I came up with one. I'm about to show it to you, and I won. It was pretty cool. So we did film it in 1 minute, so instead of reshooting it into 30 seconds, we thought it'd be more fun to just speed it up. So it may be a little hard to understand for that reason, because I am talking twice as fast as I normally talk. This here is Ulrika. She's kayaking very confidently without a PFD because she believes in her skills. Oh no, a rogue wave is coming through. It's knocking her out of her boat. Unfortunately, because she's not wearing a PFD, she has drowned. This here is Lena. She is also confident in her kayaking skills, but she is wearing a PFD like she should. Because, oh no, a rogue wave is coming, knocking her out of her boat. But luckily, with her PFD, she's able to keep herself afloat and get back into the boat with the help of a nearby boater, who may be the rogue wave without an IKEA bag. Congratulations, she's back in her boat. Be like Lena and not like Ulrika. Wear your PFD. And if you find this valuable, but you're wondering why is it called a canoe convention if I'm all about kayak, well, I've got a brief little explainer video that you can check out here or somewhere that talks about the difference between a canoe and kayak. Hopefully you'll check it out.